Hey guys, I was just listening to a verse in Holy Quran. I've listened to this verse before, and this part escaped me. I don't remember even hearing it before, you know? But I just listened to it twice or three times, and I went online to look what it meant. Because, this verse is clear as day. It's not symbolic. It's basically God is facing the enemy head to head and telling them what they've done. You know? And I'm going to include it in the comment section. You guys can go ahead and listen to it yourself. And it speaks a lot of truth, and it's resonate with me. And it just kind of opened my eyes of what's going on. Not because my eyes were closed in the past, but I knew who I was dealing with. I knew who I was dealing with from the get-go. They know who I am. They know who we are, 144,000, right? And basically the verse is saying the Pharaoh, which is Pharaoh, he says he went into nations and he made their people communist. Shia, it means communist, the communist party. Shia is also a factor of Islam. Is Islam condemned because they're not really true follower of Islam. Shia and Communist Party are the same, and the Shia causes people to fight. God is forbidden Shia to go on this path. The Communist Party, if you look at the Communist Party, where is the Communist Party? The Communist Party is in China, Russia, UK, basically the Communist Party. That's what the Communist Party is. It's spread, in Iran also is Communist Party. Iran, did you know that Iran has the largest Jewish community? Did you know that? So what you see in the news that they have a problem with Iran, Iran is controlled by the Jewish people. So this Communist Party. Do not believe a BS. These people are working together and they're friends. They're buddy. And, in publicly they act like enemies, but in reality they are friends. They're laughing at us and for believing the BS they're giving you, And this verse is like the Pharaoh went into nation and made Ahlaha Shia. That means he made the nation Shia, communist. Okay? So you look at flags, country flags, they have a lot of red in it, a lot of red. They are mostly Communist Party. Okay? In reality, people do not believe Sunni is the proper way of Islam, but Shia is they're holding the stick. They say from the middle. They're not really following the true path. You know what I'm saying? And very interesting. I listened to this verse before, and this part I never heard it before until today. Allah Shia. It's like, how could I not heard this before? But sometimes, being bombarded with attacks and stuff. Sometimes, yes, I'm absent-minded, because I'm constantly thinking to defend myself, to defend. And, so sometimes, yes, I don't listen to the entire verse, beginning to end. Sometimes, yeah, I skip parts and stuff like that. And I always, it has to be recited a certain way. There is 7 ways to recite Holy Quran. There is a few I don't like. It just doesn't really resonate with me. When they recite a certain way, I just love listening to it. Very, I could listen to it over and over and over. They never get tired of it. So the Communist Party is ruling the earth, and that's what I'm telling you. United States part of it, all this governments from Russia, from China, from they're all over the place. They always change tactics. When the people figure them who they are, they change tactic, they change title, and they come back with this, giving you the same thing. Communist Party is the problem. Okay? They are the enemy of humanity. God said it in this verse, and I'm just going to include it for you guys in the comment section, and it's in a translation. It's also translated. Read if you're in English, read it. If in Arabic, it's both, actually. It tells you what it is. And I have another guy who breaks down what it means. It means, he said it in Arabic. But if you can copy and paste thing on YouTube, you'll be able to find an explanation in English. But he said it in Arabic, what it means. And he basically broke down what it meant to be Shia. Shia is like the Communist Party, Shia. Shiyu'iyyin, that means communist. Shia, they're the same. But they're, God condemned that part of, he doesn't like people to be Shia because it causes people to fight with each other, to forget the oppressor, because the oppressor created division between people, to create hatred between each other, and they forget who oppressed them. You understand? And that's what it means. Pharaoh is a ruler in the past lifetime in Egypt. Okay? And when when Moses opened the sea, he parted the sea and he walked, and at the time Pharaoh went after him, and then when Moses went on the other side, God closed the water and drowned all the army of Pharaoh, and he killed them. But the thing is, he killed only one. Okay? He killed only one. The family of Pharaoh is still alive. You understand? Only one went out. Okay? One went out, like it was killed from the bloodline. But they still exist. They're ruling the earth. You understand? The bloodline of Pharaoh is still alive. That's what I'm telling you. The flood, the story of Noah, was the same, another story where God tried to kill all of them and they somehow survived. Okay? They are the children of the fallen, the giants. Okay? And, so God, tried twice to kill these, because, when Moses, when God sent Moses into Egypt, he says, let the people go, that the Pharaoh was drowned. And then, when Noah told Noah to take 2 pairs of each animals and go into the sea, because he was going to flood the earth and kill all of them. But they somehow survived. Okay? This time, this next war, the Third World War, they're not going to survive it. Because when God loses hope in humanity, he sent the angels. Angels, they know how to destroy, Gabriel, he has 600 wings. One of his wings can cover the sky and can block the sunlight. You understand? If he sent Gabriel by itself, he can destroy these people. And this war is coming up. There is no escape, because they're refusing to stop. They're refusing to stop their wrongdoing to others. Play nice and be good to people, and people would not have a problem with you. But when you come into countries and trying to separate, create segregation and hate between each other, control the narratives, control the media, control the money, control all of that, and do all of that in order to control people, to oppress people. God is like, it's not forgiving. God, because it goes against God laws. God giving you a free will, and when you take people's free will away, God is not happy. You understand? So God is not, he's not playing games with them anymore, and they know what's coming. They know what's coming. And, I would suggest, this time they will not escape any of this, because specifically God will unleash something very destructive on them. There's an army in this earth currently. They're bound. God put shackles on this army. Okay? Just look it up online. Okay? And he put shackles. And the end of time, this army is going to be released. It's going to come from around Iraq and Iran, somewhere around there. And they would destroy everybody. You know what I'm saying? I believe this army is going to be controlled by us. By us, 144,000. You understand? We can control them, but they're know no fear. They know no, they don't have remorse or sympathy for anyone. Whatever we think, they will do. Okay? And they will decimate everybody that are part of that, who are part of this oppressive regimes. Okay? That days soon come. It's going to be around the corner, and the Arabic is called Ajuj or Majuj, but I don't know it in English. Ajuj or Majuj. So look it up online what it means, and this army is going to be released. Okay? I believe this army is going to be controlled by us. Okay? This is my thought in this, but it's never been mentioned in the whole Quran. They're going to be controlled by anybody. But I think this is my gut feeling telling me we're going to control them, But then when they do their job, then God is going to kill all of them, After they get rid of the enemy, pretty much, And that's what's coming. So the verse is it speaks like, God speak, God always speaks the truth, but it's like when he wanted to hear something, he made me today hear this verse. You know what I'm saying? Because I listened to this surah many times, and this time I never heard this part. It's like listening to it the first time. Okay? And so God is opening your eyes, opening your heart, opening everything to let you see the truth of what's going to come. You know what I mean? And I'm just sharing with you what's going to come.